T.man here. Obviously, you probably just now realized that the circle and the trademark are gone. Because I found out a way they actually get rid of that part. Also means no more damn green shit coming on the damn videos. Now, if you want me to do those, either put yes or no in the description below. Anyway, we're going to react to some comedy Johnny versus Naruto, Clash of Ninja. Don't forget the game. Fucking
Naruto, Clash of Ninja.
Oh, Christ. I feel so alien here. I don't know where to fucking start. Hello?
Hey, John. Just wanted to let you know that the next batch of HEB videos are good to go.
Oh, thank you, Elliot. I do appreciate it.
So, what are you doing now?
The Donators Marathon, but I don't know, man. I feel like I'm way out of my league for this one.
Huh, what is it this time?
Naruto Clash of Ninja. What the fuck?
The Naruto game. Really?
Yeah, but...
It's okay. Catch it back on this one. Well, okay. I mean, you have to know at least a few things about Naruto, right?
Elliot, honestly, no. I mean, I know that if you were too young to relish in the Dragon Ball Z craze that infested Western anime culture in the early 2000s, actual content of the show, I'm giving you that blank stare.
That sounds about right. Naruto was the next big thing from Shonen Jump that, despite having roots in the late 90s as a traditional manga series, it really didn't explode here in the West until the mid-2000s, all thanks to the anime adaptation and Toonami.
So how long have you been familiar with it?
Well, I technically started watching the show when I was in middle school, although it was a little hard for me to keep up with because I caught the series late at the time and didn't have DVDs, so I don't remember much of that experience. Like, imagine trying to go into Dragon Ball Z during the Boo saga.
I'm no ordinary candy. I'm a jawbreaker, the strongest piece of candy there is.
However, about a year ago, I started to get back into it thanks to my friends at school.
Peer pressure's a motherfucker.
Fuck you, that's not what I meant. I started from the beginning of the first Naruto series, and up to the second season of Naruto Shippuden, the sequel series.
Well, anyway, that's good and all. Of course, big popular anime series, you know there's going to be a few video game tie-ins. I recall this card shop I used to visit all the time in high school when I was in my Yu-Gi-Oh craze, and they had this TV set up at the back end of the store. When they weren't playing like Super Smash Bros. Melee, it was always a Naruto game.
They might have been playing a Japanese import, because the English release of this game wasn't until 2006.
Oh, well, if folks are willing to import the game to play it, there might be something to look forward to after all.
Or at least get your taste buds wet.
What do you mean?
Well, Clash of Ninja doesn't have much of what you would call substance.
Well, it's a fighting game, I mean.
No, I mean, it's pretty bare bones.
Oh, I see what you mean. Not many characters here to choose from, is there? So do I have to play the story mode to unlock the rest?
If by the rest you mean one more.
Just one?
Yeah, and actually calling it a story mode is being very generous, John.
Let's see here. We got animated FMV, so that's always cool.
Don't get used to that. It's just for the intro.
Wait, is this an anime about ninjas or Pokemon? You got this giant lizard here fighting against this giant Ninetales, and what's wrong with Naruto here? Is that his default expression? Duh.
That was awesome!
What the fuck was that? Was he sucking some guy's dick? The hell was that noise?
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother explaining this to you. All you need to know is that the story mode of this game is a severely abridged retelling of the first few chapters of the story.
I'm sure there's plenty they can pull from that.
It's 30 minutes long.
Damn.
Oh. So Naruto here is an upcoming ninja in a bright orange suit that dreams of one day becoming a Hokage. Hokage, my bad. So I guess it's a big deal or something. Either way, our story centers on his short journey across a couple of different areas and then he beats people up. And that's really about it. I suppose these kids hanging around him are his friends?
Pretty much. They all have their ambitions and such, but for this story mode, they might as well be cheerleaders.
Now, Elliot wasn't kidding. This barely constitutes a story mode. Not much happens here. You meet a few faces, beat them up, and then the credits roll. Now, I'm sure fans got a kick out of the little dialogue exchanges here, and to the game's credit, they're all fully voiced. Gotta say, though, some of these performances leave me raising an eyebrow. Like, who's this Sasuke kid? Why is he moody? Who pissed in his Cheerios? And why does he have the emotional capacity of a butter stick?
I'm trembling with excitement to take you down.
Whoa, calm down there, Sasuke. Don't want to get too excited. Seriously, what the fuck was that?
I'm one step closer to becoming Hokage. Believe it!
Jesus Christ, this kid sure loves saying believe it a whole lot.
Yeah, you're about 10 years late on that observation there, John.
Well, it's like I don't watch the fucking show, goddammit, but is it a catchphrase of his or something? Let's just head into the actual fighting game here. I will say, at first, I wasn't seeing the appeal. It felt clunky, not what I was expecting. I don't play a whole lot of fighting games in the GameCube, admittedly, besides Smash Bros. And Soul Calibur, so I wasn't sure how the button layout was going to work here. The B button is used for combos and such, while the big fat A button is primarily used for projectiles, something almost every character shares.
Projectiles themselves don't do a lot, but in classic fashion, they're good for keeping your opponent at a certain distance. The Y button is your basic grab, in case your opponent is a little too block happy.
It's a weird fucking grab though, like you grab your opponent and toss them high into the air and they get a lot of hang time. It looks so awkward. Am I supposed to follow with an air combo of some sort? Are those even in this game, like the Capcom Versus series?
Not really. Most of your combo game is on the ground, and there isn't much in that. You have the B button combos, and you have another combo you can use by chaining together the B and A buttons at certain times. Clash of Ninja isn't the most technical fighter out there, but on the flip side, this also makes the game easy to pick up and understand.
Yeah, I'll agree to that. I didn't quite get it at first, but once I understood the workarounds and limitations of the fighting mechanics, I was able to adjust. Every character has a special meter they can spend on a super attack, which is very easy to execute, by the way. You just press the X button. But they only have one special attack, so yeah, it gets kind of annoying after a bit. But if you're more of a defensive player, you can instead spend that gauge on this ninjutsu teleportation shit to simultaneously avoid attacks and sneak up on your opponent. Using these to your advantage can make the battles pretty fast-paced and visually exciting. You can even get the surprise on your opponent with counterattacks, reminding me a bit of Dead or Alive. I need to get back to that series one day. And hold the fucking phone, did I just transform into a girl?
You've been on the internet for how many years?
I'm just saying, without the context for what the fuck sort of thing, you have to realize that, Elliot. I can say now, just for comparison's sake, I think this does a better job than, say, the original Dragon Ball Z Budokai, as far as early anime fighters go. Again, not a very technical fighter, and the overall content is bare bones. Again, we did everything in less than an hour. Local multiplayer is pretty good, though. You can easily pop this in for an hour, have some fast-paced fun, but that's all you're really getting. This hasn't convinced me to give Naruto a shot as a series. If that was the intention, I'm sorry to say, I'm still not very interested, but at least I can say my time wasn't entirely wasted here.
Well, there wasn't much time to waste. Again, we did everything in less than an hour.
True. That's very true.
I know you're not convinced, but as I'm sure people on your Twitter page have told you, the other games after this are much better in fighting mechanics and content.
And I don't doubt that for a second. It's always a hard sell for me when I'm not very interested in the licensed property from the start. That said, I have gotten a number of anime games as donations throughout the past year, so for the sake of shaking things up for this current marathon, I think I'll leave those for a separate anime marathon. That way you guys can vent your frustrations towards me for my lack of anime knowledge.
You sound like you're looking forward to that.
There are many things to look forward to. But thanks for the assistance, by the way. I do appreciate it. In fact, I'll let you choose the next game for my donators marathon. Let me dig in there.
This thing's dusty as shit.
Reach into the damn box.
Okay, jeez. Here we go.
Okami.
Yeah, I've heard of that one before.
So have I. Well, it looks like I'll finally see what I've been missing out on next time for the Donators Marathon. With that said, thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic night, and take... Jesus fucking Christ!
God damn. Fucking jackass. Yeah. Anyway, see you guys next time.